A shop in North London which aims to sell quintessentially British products, probably like the Daily Politics mug, I think it's made in China, have been accused of racism. The shop opened a couple of weeks ago, and since then the owners say dozens of members of the public have gone in and accused him and his staff of being racist. The shop is called Really British and is in Muswell Hill in North London. It sells British-themed memorabilia and trinkets, see some of them there, and its stated aim is to celebrate British culture. But many people have felt that in light of the recent EU referendum, the shop's all-British theme is divisive and even offensive. After the flurry of complaints, some members of staff have even felt that they had to quit. But as well as negative comments, the owner says he's received hundreds of messages of support from around the world. Joining me now is the owner of Really British, Chris Oswald, and you've brought a number of your products there. You only opened the shop a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
And what's happened since?
Well, first day was very good, lots of people coming in, lots of interest, and then gradually we're having people coming in saying it's racist and saying that the name Really British is offensive and we shouldn't have a shop.
What sort of people are saying that to you?
Well, local people that have been there for a long time, they say, we've been here for Muswell Hill for 30 years, and this is disgusting, this shop. You cannot call a shop British. It's, the word British, we should be ashamed of it. This whole Brexit thing is just too sensitive.
Do you think that's been the main motivation? Do you think the Remain-Leave divide has made you, this sort of thing, more likely to happen?
Yes, it seems to be that's part of it, apart from the Union Jack itself having maybe been used by some other factions and people now say, oh, well, the Union Jack represents this or it represents that. I say the Union Jack represents Great Britain, and Great Britain is something we should be proud of. It's got such a lot of English eccentric products, our English quintessential ways. That's what the shop is meant to be celebrating.
I mean, the things you're saying there don't look too offensive.
No,
actually, they don't look offensive at all.
Particularly British Piccalilli.
Oh, I like Piccalilli.
Which is just a funny sounding name to put on a product, I think, and it's made in England.
How bad has it really been? I mean, how many?
It has been bad. On
really?
Last Friday, I just thought we were going to have to close down. I had 4 people came in and actually completely lost it, and one.
Well, they get angry, do they?
Yeah. One woman was
Intimidating?
throng products around the shop,
Really?
saying, "Look at this! It's disgusting. You've turned Muswell Hill into a sewer."
Did you call the police?
No. I was just, I just tried to put the point across that it's about products, not politics.
Are you someone who's had any previous political affiliations or loyalties of any sort at all with any particular group?
Never. I just think that everything is a mixed bag. Half of what one party says is right and half of what the other party says.
But you've not been involved in politics yourself?
No, not
nor
really.
in any sort of groups of any kind?
No. I was asked to join the Lib Dems as a councillor, but it didn't happen. But that was only because of my work in trying to sort of...
Are all these made in Britain?
No. I mean, that's not the idea, really. The idea is it's celebrating our Englishness. So products often are designed in the UK, and then manufacturers have to have them made in China because it's just the cost. But I think that if it's designed here, and then the product is made elsewhere but then sold here, that makes it British.
So it's just an ordinary souvenir shop like you get in Westminster or anywhere else.
I don't think it's an ordinary gift shop.
It's a pretty good point, actually. When you go around the shops around Buckingham Palace and Westminster...
They're all selling this stuff.
They're all selling. Are you surprised by this?
I am. Well, I know Muswell Hill because I was at school at Crichton, which is now Fortismere, a very good comprehensive, and it's certainly a very gentrified area, a very liberal middle-class area, I imagine an area which heavily voted Remain. I think it's symptomatic of those on the Remain side in the EU referendum believing in their own caricature of those on the Leave side. So anyone who cares about sovereignty, anyone who claims to be patriotic, in their eyes is a bit suspect, must be, beneath the surface, a little bit racist and xenophobic. I don't think that's true, and I worry a bit about Dan's campaign, that he somehow interprets the Brexit victory and slots it alongside the Trump victory and thinks it's part of a kind of the rise of extremism and xenophobia, when I don't think think it is. I think
Well,
most
apart from
people who
all
voted
the
for
appalling
Brexit.
physical attacks on people
Well,
and the
I do-
intimidations on foreigners.
That's certainly appalling, but I do
it
think.
certainly unleashed something.
But if you look at the actual statistics, it's sort of the rise of 50% is something like, you know, a rise from 42 attacks to, you know, 63. It's not actually it's often exaggerated and portrayed as an appalling
one
crime
death.
wave.
That's the problem, though, is that what we've got is English products are now mixed in with politics. And now people are actually saying, we are going to boycott your shop for selling English products. We don't think it's right. One man said, you know, I'm glad you've opened a shop that's celebrating Britishness, but I do think you should sell Jamaican things because Jamaicans are part of Britain. And I said, well, no, I think anyone who lives in the UK is part of Britain, and what we're celebrating is stuff.
Do you think, I'm not advocating this, but if you changed the name, that would make it...
Change the name? This name...
Well, you've only been gone for a couple of days, haven't you?
Well, that would be a complete U-turn. We can't do that.
So has it been
Prince
good for...
Charles's socks here. This company were really pleased to send these socks out to us. They don't normally supply little independents.
Well, these are Prince Charles's socks?
Yeah, he's...
They're not second-hand, are they?
No, they're not.
Oh, no, they're by appointment.
By appointment.
Well, does he wear socks like that?
Well, he must do, because it's by
If you
appointment.
called it British souvenirs, that would have been all
but it's
right,
not a
would it?
souvenir shop.
Was it the really question?
It could be
What
the
was it?
really word.
It's the British word. It's the British word.
Not the really word?
Not the really word, no.
Has it been good for business, though? It's good for business.
Well, business has not been great
No?
because of the amount of people coming in and just going, oh, and walking out. I mean, almost like a rehearsed, orchestrated walking and walking out by a faction.
Oh, do you think
of people.
somebody may be behind it?
Yeah, there is. The woman said, you know, we as a group are going to boycott your shop.
Have all the people objecting to you in your shop and causing a fuss and throwing things around been posh, white, British people?
Yes.
The irony is, if you opened your shop in a more socially
point.
and ethnically diverse area than Muswell Hill, you probably have a huge success.
No, I have got a huge success, but it's all amongst people who are not the typical white British. It's mainly foreign people.
It's essentially
who actually
snobs.
like
Who are coming in to buy?
It's tourists. It's for tourists, really.
Yeah.
It's not
Are there
for
many
tourists.
tourists in Muswell Hill?
I don't know.
No, it's not
I
for
don't live in
tourists,
Muswell
but there
Hill.
was an American who came in and he said, my wife just sent me out to get a gift to send back to America, and she said, go and get something really British. And he said, I couldn't believe my eyes. I walked down the high street and there's your shop called Really British. It's brilliant. And he bought a scarf.
All right, well,
So that's all good.
See how it goes. Stay safe
Thank you.
and keep us informed as to how it goes. Thanks for bringing in some examples. So you've got Dennis the Menace and the Beano. I used to get the Beano album when I was a wee lad every Christmas. Actually, it was the Beano one year, the Dandy the next. We're now getting too granular. We'll move on.